All right, I'll see y'all on YouTube. And we're live to discuss 6 weeks of these Potomac blossoms trying to bloom. I have found the 6 weeks interesting. I will say that. Have I been entertained? Not by Angel or Kay. I have to say, I think Bravo needs the lot of half a season. So that way the duds are easier to float to the top. Is this casting as bad as Britt Eady? No. Well, not yet. Britt Eady was tacky. And I mean, inviting people to an event but not having food for enough but 6 people. Tacky. However, Angel is not meant for this show in a way that she was not prepared for the ladies to be rude to her. But that's what we watch Housewives for. I mean, when you look at Monique's first scene and Giselle was like, I wasn't knowing I was meeting a new friend today. And I'm going to speak like I can talk in staccato. Girl. But she said, oh, you don't have a home? Monique said, I have 4 homes. Like, let me count. She did the little blonde eye roll. Hold on, let me count all the property between my husband and me while you're renting. While you're renting. Now, yes, she may have ended up in the old wives club with nothing to show for it but the home, but the roof over her head. However, at that time, she had what Giselle wanted: stability and the love of a man. Oh, Angel, you are going down and you're going down bad. And the thing is, Kiarna has proved one thing is true: misery loves company. Because these are two unhappy heifers and they have every reason to be happy. I mean, Kiarna can be sad because she's wasted the past, what, 6 years of her life on a gnome that doesn't love her. She's waited 6 years of her life on a man with ankles that thick, and she still couldn't get a ring. I mean, it's a blessing in disguise because you don't want to procreate with a toad. Think about that, Kiana. Your child could come out looking like that man. Not this man, that man. And that's what I would call a tragedy. That is what I would call wasted DNA. You're a beautiful woman. You should procreate with an attractive man. And I mean, even if he stands on his wallet, you still have to look at that face. You can do better. And thank God you will. But not on this show. You are proof that a literal accidental hire or a hire to avoid a lawsuit is not always the way to go. You're stinking up the show and they should have just paid you. See, Bravo always want to be so damn cheap. Oh Lord. I am so tired. Pry that wallet open and you might get something for it. But I think, Bravo, you are hitting the wall with these $4 productions and egg money budgets. I'm tired. And so is your audience. Jazzy. Now, Jazzy is actually keeping the show, keeping the show interesting. She's brought so much that Kay and Angel haven't in 2 episodes. She showed up for this bachelor party and made the show hers. Then Angel, I was going to call you Angela because you're forgettable. But then Angela, she took your ass off camera when she, as a side character, as a friend of trying to make the cut, could have used this to make her moment. And instead, she came to you as a woman and kept it quiet. But you, being the simpleton you are, at least when it comes to television, got out here and told your business willingly. Willingly. Maybe you figured, you know what, since she's tried to keep her own moment, I may as well go on and have one. You seem truly dysfunctional within yourself. I don't want to know what's going on in that marriage, but I know your husband's tired of you. I know you wear him thin because, baby, you was staying on the phone with him and he's like, I got to go play basketball. Maybe that's why he's always on the bench so he can talk to you. That would make sense. And that's a relationship that works. He's not that important at practice. He can talk to you. She doesn't need to be oh wait, no, Jazzy's husband is the one that wasn't the starter. So I don't know if your husband was successful. He's going to expect something out of you. And maybe this isn't it, but you need to go find it because, oh, you're ruining our good time. Wendy Osefo, you're having such a good season. It's so sad your house is built on lies. I don't know what or how to think about you anymore, except poorly executing a crime. Come on. I mean, Wendy is tearing it up this season. The way that she was able to say, look, no matter what happens with Angel on or off camera, how much we respect the rules of engagement, she is just always going to act like somebody is attacking her. And that's sad. That's sad. And it's also not interesting. But, Wendy, what will be interesting is your trial. That's what's going to be interesting. You and your husband's trial. And I can't wait. Not because I want to see you in jail, but just because I want to find out truly what happened. Because I know between all those degrees, there has to be a logical explanation. There has to be. These women, 6 episodes. Oh, do you know how I didn't mention Ashley? Did you notice? Because I feel Ashley is as relevant as Rob Dixon. We don't care about you and Earth Day, baby. We don't care about you. We don't care about your relationships with the other ladies because we know you live to throw somebody else under a bus and everybody's kind of keeping their business from you. Tia is a joy and a fan favorite and is definitely the fit that the show needed. I think Jazzy might also be able to try this shoe on, but Angel and Kay send him Payless's way. Oh, Payless went out of business. So y'all, maybe Kenny, maybe Kenny. But this shoe don't fit you. Let's keep Tia, but these other heifers, let's keep Jazzy. And it's so interesting how we really wanted to give Kay another season. And now we're all looking at each other saying, well, that was a bad idea. And then Angel is just, she's an Eeyore. She's a 38-year-old Eeyore. And it wasn't cute on Riley Burris at 12. Well, actually, it was. It was cute on Riley Burris because she didn't have a choice to be on Housewives. You could tell she's like, I just want to be 12. You just want to be famous. But, like, did you think these heifers was going to be nice to you? Giselle Neck Bryant was going to be kind. I mean, these heifers had Mia on the show. Mia. God, do we not miss Mia? I don't miss Mia and her acting troupe. Not her family, her acting troupe. Troupe. I don't miss her. Do I honestly, I don't miss Karen Huger. I don't. McJazzy would be a great bone collector. I don't miss Karen Huger, and I don't know how I feel about that. You know what it could be? It could be great that she is away and we know she's coming back. So it's like, great, you're off being interesting. And then you're going to come back fresh and new and sober rather than drunk and stale and pickled. I would never let Giselle and all the scales on her neck make me cry. I don't even know if Giselle is really making her cry or if she's just like, I'm going to act very hurt. But she just wants to, like, she doesn't know how to go with a storyline. She doesn't get what we're supposed to do here. Like, nobody's even come at you other than for them tired filters, and that ain't nothing. But I guess it is an honest friend group, because in the friend group you always have one that you like, can we meet up without that heifer tonight? And Angel and Kay are those two, but they always get grandfathered in, and so you end up dragging them along. All right. Angel talks like Maya Angelou, but doesn't have the same gravitas, which is just a poor impression. Let's see, is there anything else worth saying about these heifers? I mean, Wendy's supposed to be at BravoCon, and I want to know what purpose will that serve? Like, I would love when I am of dual mind because we're not going to get the cast honest reaction about how they feel about Wendy. They're just gonna act like that elephant isn't in the room. We're not going to be able to address the elephant in the room because it's an ongoing case. So I would honestly say I would want her to stay her happy ass home. Wendy has bills, legal bills, grown bills. But, but I also feel like she will be a distraction because you're not going to be able to sit down and give us the meat. I want the meat, access to the info. I want information that it's just not available right now. And I understand you have to go to trial. You got to get in court. And don't nobody play in court. Well, I feel like this was playing in court, to be honest with you. I'm going to open up the line. Does anyone have, what would you ask Wendy Osefo at BravoCon? Oh, now there's a great question. What shady question can I ask her that's not about the robbery, but about lack of integrity or about piss poor execution? That is interesting to me. What should I ask Lady Othefto? What should I say to her? I've got to say something. I mean, I don't want to ask Giselle what um what it's like to have a neck grow an inch every year because that would be rude to ask to her face. And the truth is, we see what she does. She just puts piss poor makeup on it and keeps right on trucking. Just why, Wendy? Why? And that might get me escorted out. Again, we can't get me and Chris thrown out. Yes, Karen Huger is supposed to be there. They announced it Friday. I'd ask about those failed businesses. Where's the candles? What happened to the YouTube? Why does nothing stick for her? Let's see, Wendy. As I just everything I think to ask, I'm like, they're gonna tell me to leave. As a woman of integrity, what do you do when it's time to let your hubris go? How about that? How about that? How about that? Because that's not insulting. But as a woman of integrity, what does one do when you've made a mistake? How do you confess? And why they chose the Max? We were all rooting for you. How many classes did she attend from Phaedra's School of Thievery? Do you know Angela Stanton? You might want to talk to her self-publisher. She could help you out because that book did get out. I read it. On the first season, she said Monique was a bad example of a black woman to her kids. I want to know what's worse, dragging someone who asked for it or catching 7 felonies for fraud. Oh, oh wow. Do you see Stacy's weed business as a threat? What type of law does Eddie Osefo practice? I could ask that and maybe because we know it's not insurance. Ooh, oh my God. I could say that. What type of law does Eddie practice since we all know it's not insurance? Oh my God. I might have to ooh, okay. So when you ask a question, here's how it goes. They have producers asking, what are you going to ask? What are you going to ask? So they vet you first. I would have to slip that one by. I could not say this is what I'm going to ask. That would be too good. That would be too good. You know what I'll do? I'll ask that all around the convention. I'm going to ask everyone that I see at BravoCon what type of law Eddie Osefo does since we know it's not insurance. I'll just ask it to everyone where it'll get around. Oh, I am so excited. What else do I want to ask? Ah, Ashley, do you feel you've earned your flute this season, or do you think it's time for you to go? I definitely would ask that. I oh, you know what? I need to get a microphone. I need to get one of those lav mics before I go so I can go around and do interviews with the people at BravoCon. Ah, what else? Let's see. Is there anything else that we need to ask of Potomac? Now that because I just wanted to touch base and see how we felt after these 6 episodes, because we're like not quite halfway through, but I feel like we only get like 15 episodes, so it's like a third. And then they're about to bring Monique in. I don't have high hopes for Monique. I did, but the fact that she didn't want to even do an updated photo, I think it's just not for her. I think reality TV, like for Angel, it's just not for her. Giselle, do you prefer Ashley or Robin as a lapdog? Magenta walls. If Giselle likes magenta walls, child, let her have it. The great thing is they can mix up all type of paint down at the Home Depot, so we don't have to have ours that ugly. Let's see. I'm gonna come back in like a half hour, and we'll do one on Salt Lake. Well, actually, no, we'll do Salt Lake City's Wednesday before we go. Let's see. Do we? Oh, they supposedly just wrapped the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and it was at K Michelle's album release party. And there's apparently some. Oh, that's right. That's right. K Michelle made fun of Tamar. So, of course, she invited Trina to her album release party, and Trina went. And so now Tamar will be mad at Trina for yodeling with the enemy. Tamar, you are 48 years old. And Nicki Minaj, you are 42. Mm. What are you doing? Did I see Wendy's wife swap last night? No. I'm going to watch the actually, you know what? Thank you for bringing that up. Now, here's the thing. I'm not going to be able to do anything but look at Wendy's home. Did they show any of the stolen articles? And will Wendy wear the ring to BravoCon? That's the only thing. Hold on. Let me look at my BravoCon schedule. Let me check my schedule. Oh, and apparently there was a way to register for photo ops that I didn't know about, so I didn't get any photo ops. However, I did ask somebody on Facebook. Mm, hold on. Let me check the Facebook group. I asked somebody, they said they had a +1 for Kyle Richards. And I said, "Oh, I'm the man that asked Kyle Richards why she keeps threatening Telly Mellencamp upon us." And hmm, okay, hold on. Let's see if I can find this damned message. Ah, Lord. BravoCon. Let's see. No, I can't. I don't see if this person has responded to me yet. Oh, wait. Let's see. Okay. Do you have a meet with her? Unfortunately, I don't have one. Oh, she was asking to be somebody's +1. Damn. Damn. Oh my God. Oh, she was asking to be somebody's +1. Vicariously. Oh, thank you so much. I let's see. They could have had a wife swap panel. Well, Wendy is still going. So I don't think Wendy would ruin the wife swap panel. And I think they're just going to now. What are they going to do about her charges? They're just going to dance around it. I mean, will she have on an anklet? And you know I like to get that leg up. Will Wendy have on an anklet? An anklet. An anklet. Will Wendy have on an anklet? An anklet. An anklet. Will Wendy have on an anklet? An anklet. An anklet. Will Wendy have on an anklet? An anklet. An anklet. Oh my. When they gonna show up at BravoCon like this? Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm gonna be looking so high if she shows up in a floor length dress or a palazzo pant or culotte culotte. If I see her in a culotte, I'ma ask. Ooh, you know what I should just ask? Could we see your ankles? Oh my god! Can we see your ankles? Oh. A state of Maryland ankle bracelet or a chunky boot. Oh, yes, a pirate boot. A pirate boot when all you wear is a stiletto. You hide that ankle monitor. Show that ankle monitor off. Bedazzle it. But that I like I wait again, I was checking to see. I think it's the first day. Okay. Well, does anyone want to shimmy on in with some BravoCon questions? We can come up with some more questions, some disrespectful questions like, and if Denise Cohen, you know, Bravo works best when we have four good black shows on. When was the last time? Like, like you was doing good when we had Married to Medicine, Southern Charm, New Orleans, Atlanta, and Potomac. Why can't we get back there? Why do you have such a problem? Well, honestly, not just with black talent, but talent in general, because you got a lot of boring fuckers on your white shows. But we'll let that pass. Um, This season is trash. I don't think the season is trash. I've enjoyed myself. I just think that Kay and Angel aren't a fit. Now here's something else. I'm tired of Giselle. I'm not into these legacy housewives that they never tell their business, but they're just mean to everybody else. Kenya Moore. Ooh, guess who's not coming to BravoCon? Guess who's not coming to BravoCon? Guess who's not coming? Guess who's not coming? Guess who's not coming to BravoCon? Candace Dillard and Kenya Moore. At least Candace isn't going by choice and still has a relationship with NBC, Peacock, and Bravo. But Kenya Moore at 54 to have ruined such a lucrative relationship over the fact that you had to bring, let's say it together, a sexually explicit photo of a coworker into a workplace. Bronx, a sexually explicit photo of a coworker into a workplace. Mm. That was you at 54. At 54. I don't want to be that stupid now. That is some bad girls club bull, but it's also some kept you out of BravoCon bull. I wonder what that check is like. I know for a Kenya Moore, it had to be decent. You were a fan favorite. Mm. All right. Well, I'm see y'all soon for some.